And welcome back to the Cardinals franchise, where you could pretty much clearly tell we're going to start with some player negotiations. We have quite a lot of guys that are on the high end here that we need to re-sign. We have 124 mil in cap space. Kyler Murray will probably take a good chunk of that. Also have Marquise Brown. Rodney Hudson will probably wait for the offseason to see if he retires. Bulaga, probably the same thing. Justin Pugh even might be in that same category. Do we keep Tim Settle? Do we try to find someone else? He's young, has room to improve. Same as Isaiah Oliver. Both are 26 and 76 overall. N'Keal Harry, we can't negotiate with him yet, but just in terms of overall, all the players that we have to negotiate with, haven't been all too impressed with him when he's been on the field. And honestly, same with Tershawn Wharton. We got him in the trade for Zach Ertz, and really hasn't made a whole lot of plays. So we'll see how he does the remainder of the season. Juwan Johnson as a backup tight end, be fine. Max Callahan, I want to keep around as many of these young undrafted guys as possible, and there are quite a few that we need to keep around. Rashad Lawrence, maybe as a cheap backup, be a solid. And Josh Jones, kind of a similar situation, cheap backup kind of guy. But as for Kyler, he's looking for about 40 mil a season for 6 seasons. We're not going to be in this franchise for 6 seasons. I can tell you that for sure. So this would be asking, or this would meet his estimated expected value. So we have the money for it. Would leave us with about 90 mil in cap. So let's see if he likes that one. And he does. So we don't have to worry about Kyler Murray trying to hold out for more money. He'll get 40 mil a season. Now Marquise Brown, he's looking for a pretty good chunk as well. If we wanted to re-sign him, that would drop us to only 37 remaining, so that's not bad at all. Expected it to be a little bit more. He's looking for about 15 mil a season, and at 87 overall, I think, yeah. With him, Rondale Moore, I think that's a good combination. We're trying to work on Terrence Marshall being that physical kind of receiver for us, but nothing too spectacular yet, but he's a young guy, so we'll give him some time. So Marquise Brown, this would be pretty much exactly 15 mil a season for 4 years. Will leave us with plenty enough cap space. I think that's a decent offer, but not considered shorter deals at the moment. It was a 4-year deal. I wouldn't consider that to be short, but Marquise Brown, he'll be holding out. As for the game today, we have a rivalry rematch against the only team to beat us this year, and they did it pretty handily. The Los Angeles Rams, which is weird to say. But the LA Rams, they came in and, yeah, because it was at home for us last time. Yeah, they came in and they beat us. We weren't really able to do much against them, and they just continually moved the ball down the field. Haven't had the same success with other teams. They are 3-3 on the year. So it's time to get a little bit of revenge against the Rams once again. Let's get this division rivalry underway. We'll be kicking off. Rams will start with possession, at least if they don't fumble the kickoff return, because we've seen that happen before. And indeed, they'll just nail this one in the end zone. They'll start at the 25. Matt Stafford still the quarterback here for the Rams. 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1,670 yards on the season. And as we've talked about over and over again the last couple episodes, still trying to sort out the defensive line to get it to where we're getting some consistent pass rush and we're not having to blitz. Quick pass there gets a first down to Robinson up to the 41. And then they'll come out with a heavy tight end stack, 3 of them to that left-hand side, so we'll come out with a 46 defense to try to match. And they go with a run down the middle, and it'll be a pretty decent gain a 5 to Booker. So we'll continue this game having Richardson down in the middle, and we'll see what we end up doing with Tershawn Wharton, who is in with a sack fumble. Guard it, get off the block, scoop, get the score. Higbee in pursuit, but won't catch him. Booker coming in, but he won't either. Scoop and score with the Tershawn Wharton sack fumble. Gardick takes it to the house. And that's how you respond for Tershawn Wharton. Just talked about it pregame. Not sure if we give him a contract extension. Not even sure if he gets regular play time out there. And he comes in with a sack fumble. We then don't get any sort of pass rush, and Cooper Kupp gets him all the way back to about midfield, but we'll take what we can get. And once again, they'll go back to another heavy set after a big chunk play. We'll stay out in the 3-3-5 because it's basically a just normal down situation for us as well. But they'll run forward, gain a 9. And I'll bring up a 2nd and 1 with a bunch to the left. They're going to motion over Kupp. And we'll fake the handoff to him, fake the jet sweep, go down the middle. Booker will get the first down. 3 rushes, 17 total yards on the day, averaging over 5 yards a rush with only 3 carries. So we'll come out with a double A gap blitz here, try to get in the backfield quickly. So it will be another rush. Not able to get off the tight end block was Gardick, but safety, I think, came down, got the stop. And again, back to that heavy set. 2 tight ends to the left, 1 to the right. A lot of Booker. Haven't seen Cam Akers yet. You see a lot of him in the Florida only challenge. Big hit there from Collins. Gets the tight end down. Hopkins after the short gain. And on 3rd and 2 with their heavy sets they've been running, we're going to come out with our heaviest set. Try to get some guys over to that strong side. And Simmons trips with a open area. Open lane. Either way, should have been a sack, but instead, first down for the Rams. I believe we also had Gardick coming off the edge too, but patience there for Stafford works out for him. Empty set. You got 3 to the left and a tight end, but we're going to motion over one of them. Fake a double jet sweep, reverse something. Thompson? No way. Kupp gets the touchdown. For sure thought Thompson was going to get the INT. Then he didn't. Thought it would be at least knocked away. Then it wasn't. And then it ended up being a touchdown. At least we'll have a really nice kick return starting at the 31 to help make up for it. Let's send over Young. Quick toss to the outside. Trying to get around the edge, which we do. Try to get a juke on the inside, which we don't, but still get the first down. Nice job there from Young. And obviously showing the new contract here for Kyler Murray. Or what you could probably tell, Kyler didn't have his new contract by the time we started this franchise, so ended up getting to choose one of our own. Try to get this one out, and we'll find Marquise Brown, the guy who didn't take the contract extension, but he will extend this drive with a first down. We have Hubbard in the backfield. Want to utilize him a little bit more in the run game as this season moves along. Help out our receivers, help out Kyler a little bit as well. He gets forward for a gain of 4. But if you really want to see running, you definitely want to check out the Florida only challenge that we're doing right now. Heavy rush game, and there's a quick throwaway to avoid the sack. And it was Greenlaw off the edge, just came screaming in. Luckily, Kyler was able to get it off in time. Force a 3rd and 6, and Kyler going to need to step up here to get the first down and slide down underneath almost a hurdle from the corner. We saw Kyler do that quite a lot in the Ravens game, which definitely helped us get the victory there. I'm trying to set up the screen pass this time. Utilize the blockers, and Young outran some of the blockers. Maybe should have stayed to the outside. We had a good block out there. Either way, though, still get a gain of 6 is not bad on first down. Staying out that same formation, have a couple different options. Go for more and an inaccurate throw. Just mistimed it. So on 3rd and 4, of course, they bring down that safety. So let's go with a little bit of play action, looking primarily at McBride on the drag. And they stick with him pretty well, and I thought it was more that was going on the deep end, but instead it was the outside receiver, and Kazee gets the INT. Well, for now, Rams capitalizing on my mistakes. So we'll slide down the D-line here to help try to, well, stop what was, I thought, going to be a run. Got pass rush coming in now. We'll finally bring him down and throw him down. J.P. Richardson taking a little frustration out there on the old man Stafford. So to follow that up, what do the Rams go with? 2nd and 23. We're going to come out with some man coverage here. Had one guy sitting wide open. That was probably my guy. I thought I had tight end. Maybe I should stop messing up the plays here for my own team. 3rd and 2. It was a really good gain, and we'll end the first quarter 7-7 with a 3rd and short. I'll come out with that 3 tight end look. I'll come out with a 46 defense. We're going to send the 2 inside linebackers on a blitz. Reynolds checks in, and he's back there with a big hit. He did that earlier this season on a key 3rd down stop for us. Might have even been a 4th down stop, but he does it for us on this 3rd down, and we'll force the punt. And I'm not quite sure exactly how this play works, so let's see what happens. We're going to fake the jet sweep, hand it off underneath. Terrence Marshall has to hurdle Pugh and get smacked down. So not the best start there. We'll drop back to that 2 running back set. Gonna swing over Young. They stay inside. We'll toss it out. Try to get that receiver screen block. Nice. Get 4 for a gain of 8. Marquise Brown definitely looks like he worked on that a little bit this offseason. So on 3rd and 2, let's run a little bit of read option. See who bites, who doesn't. How about Hubbard? Right down the middle for the 1st down in 2+ territory. And honestly, Terrence Marshall, I think he's been fine being that kind of physical receiver project kind of guy. As we're trying to roll out here, just throw this one away. Aaron Donald still lays a hit in on Kyler. But I think having him as like a developmental guy has been fine because we have McBride, Moore, Brown, Young, even Hubbard. So he hasn't had to be that number 1 guy or been forced to make any big plays. So I feel like that's good for his development as Kyler will scramble, get us the 1st down to the 25. However, sometimes I do wish Brown was on the side of Marshall, but in this case it works out because Ramsey is guarding Marshall rather than Hollywood Brown, who's streaking towards the end zone but can't hold on to the pass. It's not exactly what you expect from the 87 overall receiver. As we'll come out with a little bit of RPO, hand this one off Young down the middle. Big hit there from Bobby Wags. Will be a gain of 3. And on 3rd and 7, let's run a little bit of the slant routes here. Got to see if anything can break open. How about a blocking breaking open for Aaron Donald to get the sack? 4th and 14. Have to send up the field goal unit. Sanders back to kick. Snap back. Kick is up, and that one's looking good. We'll go ahead and jump up 10-7. And hopefully be able to hold a decent lead here. Holding some blocks might also help. So far the Rams have had a really nice touchdown grab and then a nice stop for us on the 2nd drive. Nice stretch there, though, from Booker. Gets them the 1st down. And they have been running the ball pretty well. And we do have another DT. I was just thinking about it because we were talking about earlier as they go to the outside. Higbee with the catch, breaks a tackle and gets a solid chunk into plus territory. Now down to the 39. Which interrupted a little bit of what I was talking about, but we're talking about Tim Settle. Do we keep him? Do we let him go? And I remember that we have a current rookie DT who's more so a run stopper than a pass rush kind of guy. But if we do end up sticking with J.P. Richardson as a rush DT, then do we need to keep around both Tart and the rookie? I think that makes that's the other series. Tim Settle maybe makes him a little bit expendable. Jefferson also in that other series. He gets the 1st down here for the Rams. And now getting close down to the red zone at the 26. 2 running back set, including Kupp in the backfield, as that's where they go. Kupp out of the back will get close to the 1st down, and they give it to him. That stretch really paying off for these skill position players as we hit the 2-minute warning. 10-7. The Rams knocking on the door once again. As I'll come out in an empty set, so unless they leave someone extra to block, we should have a free rusher. Because it's double A-gap blitz time, and they do leave the running back who just locked up Gardick, and we can't even tackle Kupp. He's in for his 2nd to give the Rams a lead with a little over 1.5 minutes left before half. Well, let's see if our Cardinals can respond. Down 14-10, 1:50 left before half. Hubbard trying to find some space. Well, maybe get forward for about a gain of 5 and a late whistle there from the ref. Someone check his pockets. We'll let the clock roll a little bit. We still have all of our timeouts. Good pickup block there. And I really wish B kept his route running, but instead we'll have to step up, slide down with the 1st down. Keep this clock moving. Make sure we don't have to flip sides of the field here. As we roll out, have our receiver breaking open. Kyler, what is that? You're 4 of 10 today. Well, if we can't pass normally, let's send Young across. He's going to take the jet sweep. So we try to get to the edge. Can we get around Jalen? No, we can't. Solid tackle in open field. Let's call a timeout. 59 seconds left, 3rd and 9. And we come up with our own little play design here to try to see if we could get someone open. How about McBride barely past Greenlaw with the catch and out of bounds, stopping the clock. 44 seconds left at the 44. We do still have 2 timeouts remaining, and they come out man up. So let's check out of the receiver screen then. Go with the 4 verts instead. Check down. McBride once again gets away from the linebacker. That time Jones in coverage. Trailed him by quite a good bit. Okay, so I feel like for the most part they're going to be running a lot of man coverage. So we'll keep that in mind as we kind of try to hit the quarterback draw. Kyler Murray down the middle. Can he make the guy miss? He does. Juking and jiving down to the 1. Great rush there from Kyler, showing off a little bit of the elusiveness as well. So now down to the goal line. Heavy package comes in. Tight end goes to fullback. Fullback goes to running back. And we go down towards the end zone. Not in. Call the timeout. 9 seconds left and about a hair away from the goal line. So we'll run it back. Down the middle we go. Nall to run over the defender, Jones, and falling into the end zone to help give us a lead before half. If we hit that extra point, would make it a field goal game. So with 7 seconds left, do the Rams try to get some chunk play? They have all timeouts. Said they'll go with a run. Reynolds there to chop him down, and they will call a timeout. 3 seconds left. So we'll send back all of our DBs, only send 3 up front. Spread them out, try to help them get around the edge, and they'll just toss this one up. Nick Hale back, and that was almost caught by Higbee, but ended up being dropped, and we'll head on into halftime with a close game, 17-14. Cardinals in front. And as the boys head into the locker room for a quick breather, we take a look at the stat sheet, and pretty balanced game for us. Very much passing for the Rams, which is a little bit of a flip, I feel like, to how it would normally be ran. But let's take a look around the league. Looking at our own division, San Francisco and Seahawks. Close-ish game. 10-3. I mean, it's one score game as they are heading into halftime. 49ers up. They're 5-2. Seahawks 1-5, looking for another victory. Now we'll change up because that's our entire division done. Take a look at the Seahawks. Packers put up some points. Neither one of these teams having a great year. Packers moved to 3-5 after the 38-17 defeat of the Saints, who were 2-6. And for the last game, taking a look at the Chargers, you can't have the Chargers playing. We're playing at SoFi right now. Either way, they're losing to the Bears 14-7, and a lot of teams who just aren't playing very well. So as we kick off, I'm assuming the Chargers game and our game, we're just switching back and forth. We run a play, they run a play. Apparently that's the logic that Madden has. As we head down the field for a solid kick return to start the second half with Collins. So let's go start off with an Old Faithful here and the RPO swing pass. I'm going to see what that side does. And yeah, we're going to toss that one out. Brown, could you just try to at least get a hand on him? One day I should really take a look at, do we have the receiver screen? There he goes. We should really take a look at what Brown's receiving block rating is, because I don't imagine it's very good. Callahan gets away from, I believe that was Bobby Young. We'll get a first down to the sideline to the 46. Really trying to spread out this defense, kind of open up the inside. Will help us out a little bit with Aaron Donald there. So we'll send Young in motion. We got some lead blocks. Try to hit that juke just a step too late. Good tackle there from 40. And Kazee came in, who had the interception earlier to help out. We'll stay in the empty set. Getting that trips to the right-hand side, twins to the left. And we got some guys coming in, throw it late, and another interception. Young couldn't get up there to get a catch, and this is going to be a pick six by number 26. Puts the Rams back in front. Burgess to the house. I think Kyler just really needs to learn to settle down and not panic, because when he panics, that's when we get the interceptions. So if he could just chill for a little bit. I think it would be good. A flag down there looks like that might be a face mask. And that one is on David Onyemata. We'll take it. And I realize I keep calling these like longer developing plays, which we really shouldn't. We need to respect the Rams pass rush and go with some underneath plays. But apparently Kyler can't hit those either. So maybe some RPOs, screen passes is about all we got today. So let's go with another screen pass here to Young. Try to get some blockers out in front. Utilize what we can. Young trying to power forward. We'll get a good bit, down about 9 yards. So we'll send out the power formation. 2 tight ends in the backfield. Null at running back. We'll go with a dive down the middle. And we'll barely squeak that one on out. Well, we got more than enough yards, but barely, as in the outside rushers. They got there pretty quick. With that fresh set of downs, will come out RPO. Hand this one off. Hubbard being patient back there. We'll get an edge, and he's headed down the sideline. Burgess comes flying over. We'll bring him down at the 16. Great run there from Hubbard. Maybe utilize a little bit more play action to pause some of the defenders a little bit. See if that ends up working. We're going to need to dump this one off, and almost intercepted. Hubbard saves the day. You saw Kyler kind of panic there with the rush coming in, and that pass thrown in pretty inaccurately. We're just going to have to roll out here with Kyler. Try to get a shake and bake, holds on to it. With the 3 guys coming in to tackle him, he normally drops that, but luckily he holds on. We've worked our way back down to another goal line formation, so let's send the big guys out. Down the middle we go. Null to run through, and he does. Bobby Wags and Aaron Donald could be big, injured on the play. Although it would appear neither one of these defenses really have come to play today. Both offenses kind of just marched down the field at will. Of course, a couple good turnovers from defenses have left their mark on this game for sure, but not a whole lot of consistent play. 2nd and inches. Pretty much a first down, though. It's past the first down marker. Gardick off the edge. A step too late. Van Jefferson with the catch and the first. Stafford has only thrown 1 incompletion on the day, and that was... Actually, no, that was a sack fumble that was returned for a touchdown. So not even a turnover. It was just an inaccurate pass. 12 of 13. 170 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. Not too bad for the superstar Dev Stafford. Will be another pass here. Have a couple guys underneath. Here comes Settle, who will bring him down. That pocket eventually collapsed. Just took really good coverage to allow it to. And who knows, maybe if we could get some nice leads in some games, we'll try out a couple different rotations along the defensive line to help see what we're going to do in the future. Buda Baker with the INT. Talked about a pick earlier that was returned for a touchdown that wasn't actually real, but this one is. Buda Baker gets the pick 6, slides on down into the end zone, and does a little dance. So on this set of downs, since we got that pick 6, I'm going to bring out Melvin Scott. He's the rookie DT. I want to see what he could do when given the opportunity. And here comes Tershawn Wharton. He's back again. He had the sack fumble earlier that was the scoop and score. This time just a sack, but important nonetheless. So yeah, we'll see what Melvin Scott can do. Tershawn Wharton, though, really good play. Does it go with a run to that left-hand side? It will be a really good run as well. Booker finally brought down, but a 3rd and 3. And they will come out in shotgun, but a tight shotgun set, so we'll crunch down the D-line a little bit. Help try to set this up here for us. So they have a couple guys waiting underneath. And Oliver, a step too late. First down for Booker. And that will end the 3rd quarter. We'll head into the 4th. 10-point game. 31-21 in favor of the Cards. Granted, we've seen these teams score rather quickly and fairly often. Averaging at least a touchdown a quarter is the Rams. We're at least a little bit over that. So that works out for us. Kupp with the first down catch there. And a quick little stat popped up there. Don't know if it's going to make the final video, but showed we are 23rd in sacks this year. We did have 4 already today, so definitely shows the lack of sacks. That one is going to be a pick-up scoop. I should say Simmons trying to find some room to run. About out of stamina and out of room to run. Steps out at the 39. Cooper Kupp fumbled on the big hit from somebody. He was wide open. But then Collins comes back and lays the hit right on the ball. We've seen Collins do that fairly often. He's for sure, I think, our #1 turnover enforcer, I guess is what you could call him. Hubbard down the middle, gain of 4. Now how about we try to do a rollout to this right-hand side. We've been doing a lot to the left, which isn't really in favor of Kyler. Tosses one deep, and almost a great play, but a little bit behind Brown. So on 3rd and 6, we'll spread wide here, have some underneath routes, a little bit of some medium routes as well. And how about we go with Young under, but tackled for after the first down, but the flag is down. And that one's going to hurt. That'll back us up on Jerron Christian Sr. So on 3rd and 16, you really don't have a play designed to get you a first down here. It's really just a chuck it up kind of situation. So let's send some guys deep, and how about a wide open Callahan in the slot. Gets us a first down inside the 20. Got to have better coverage than that if you want to get back in the game here, Rams. Granted, we're fine with you giving us that kind of coverage. 1st and 10, 6 minutes left. And a little bit of a quarterback draw. Kyler, fight forward, get a couple yards. Actually, just a yard. But I'll take a yard over any loss of yards. So we'll try to set up this receiver screen this time. And they do actually do a pretty good job of blocking if we just let that set up a little bit. Callahan gets around the edge and is in. Maybe we're throwing those receiver screens a little too early. Let that develop. And Callahan is in for 6. Help widen this lead by even more. So for the Rams, this is crunch time. You need 17 points. We got 5 minutes, 20 seconds left, so you need some quick strike touchdowns. We're not seeing that. Melvin Scott almost got in there for a sack, but Kupp is eventually found for a gain of 5. And really, Stafford hasn't had too bad of a game. 2 incompletions. Unfortunately, one of those a pick 6. But for the most part, he's played really well, finding his receivers and giving them a lot of chances. So I'd say the Terminator quarterback's still a thing if you remember the last Rams thumbnail video, or video thumbnail. That'd make more sense. Stafford chilling. Melvin Scott misses the sack. He dove for him, and he came up empty. But so far, it does look like Melvin Scott is getting back there despite primarily being a run stopper. So he's looking pretty solid. We'll give him the rest of the game. See what he can do. Collins trying to cover Booker. Luckily, Stafford didn't see him, and luckily we had a safety over the top. Instead, he finds Kupp for a short gain. And on 3rd and 5, they've done a lot of things over the middle, so we'll have somewhat of a quarterback spy kind of just chilling there. See what Kupp can do. Instead, they go a little bit deeper, use Kupp as a little bit of a look over here while I pass over here. Jefferson gets the first down for him. And they'll come out with another tight shotgun set. Kupp in the backfield. Run a little bit of zone this time here for us. And they will go over the top of the zone. Higbee with a catch and the first down to the 20. Or about the 20. Over there, chewing off quite a bit of time. About a little over 2.5 minutes remain. They need 2 touchdowns and a field goal to tie. And it's not going to help if Gardick has no one blocking him. That works out well for us. His first sack of the day. I feel like he had some earlier. Guess he's been close a few times. Another tight shotgun set here for the Rams. Really need to get this ball in the end zone, give him any sort of a chance. They will find Kupp. And he's still fighting forward. Will be a solid gain, about 13 yards as we hit the 2-minute warning. And on 3rd and 4, empty set here for the Rams. Most of the receiving targets all about at the line of scrimmage, including Kupp just off the line. Still going a drag. We'll toss him off, and no one followed. I handed him off to the next guy, and the next guy handed him off to no one. I'll give him a first down to the 2. So we'll come out double A-gap look. We'll send the blitz, try to protect some of the passing lanes, and Melvin Scott helped disrupt the play. Budda Baker has his second INT, I think. Did he? Yeah, he had it earlier. Might be 2 pick sixes. Budda Baker, no one's catching him. He could just do a nice little roll into the end zone to help seal this game of victory over the Rams. And this game is over. Rams ended up getting a trash garbage time touchdown, but didn't matter. We scored 45 points on a division rival. If that's not revenge, I don't know what is. As the boys head out to celebrate, we take a look at the board, and it was a very even game. 147, or at least for us playing. 147 passing, 130 rushing, had 4 takeaways. They did have 308 passing yards, so definitely need to tighten up those screws, but we had a nice, well-balanced attack on offense. Defense forced some really big plays the Rams couldn't overcome. And with a game like that, Budda Baker finds himself NFC Defensive Player of the Week. 5 tackles, 2 interceptions, both of which he took to the house. But that leaves us with the next game being against the Cleveland Browns, 4-4 on the year. And I don't know if you noticed when we were just in that previous screen, but Myles Garrett was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and he is fired up. He's apparently going to be starting this next game with his X Factor already activated. So we're going to need to make sure we plan well around him. And if you want to make sure you watch that and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button down below and tick that bell icon so that you're notified of when these videos go live. This series is posted every Monday and Thursday, with my state-only challenge currently being Florida, posted every Wednesday and Saturday. I suggest you check that one out. It's getting good. But thank you guys for watching. And until we play the Cleveland Browns, we'll see you later. Bye.
How it's supposed to